I'm Ariel, and today, you're not just watching a video. You're starting something new. You clicked this because something inside you whispered, it's time. Time to stop waiting. Time to speak English. Not someday, but now, right from your home. Maybe you feel too shy, too late, too behind. But you're not. You're just beginning. And this video will guide you, step by step, with no pressure, only progress. Your phone, your mirror, your pillow, everything around you can help you speak. It may sound strange, but strange is how fluency begins. Chapter 1. The day you start is the day everything changes. Some days feel like every other day. You wake up, you scroll, you do the same things. You go to sleep, and then one day feels different. Not because the world changed, but because you did. That's what happened to me. And maybe that's what's happening to you right now. Hello again, I'm Ariel. And if you're watching this, I want you to know, this is not just a video. It's the day you said yes to yourself. The day you stopped waiting. The day you stopped saying, maybe tomorrow. Today is the day you begin your English journey, from your home, from your heart, with your whole soul. It doesn't matter how bad your English is. It doesn't matter if you can only say hello. The most powerful step is not the big step, it's the first step. You see, nobody wakes up suddenly fluent in English. There's no magic trick, no perfect book, no secret formula. But there is one thing all successful English learners have in common. They begin. They stop saying, I need a class, or I need a teacher, or I need perfect grammar. They start with what they have, right where they are, in their home, in their room, with their phone, with their voice, with their hope. And that's exactly what you're doing today. That's why I admire you. Most people wish you are doing. You clicked this video because deep inside, you want to change. Not just your English, your future, your life. And I promise, that change begins with this chapter. I still remember the first time I tried to learn English at home. I was nervous. I had no plan. I didn't even know where to start. But I had one thing. I had the desire. I wanted to understand the movies I loved. I wanted to read books without a dictionary. I wanted to speak and not feel ashamed. So I took the first small step. I wrote one sentence in a notebook. Just one. It wasn't perfect, but it was mine. And from that moment, I was not the same person anymore. I became a learner. A real learner. Not in school, but in life. And so will you. Maybe you're watching this video from a small room. Maybe there's noise. Maybe your internet is slow. Maybe your heart says, can I really do this? And the answer is, yes. Yes, you can. Not because it's easy, but because you are ready. You've been waiting for a sign, for someone to tell you. You can learn English from your home. You don't need to be rich. You don't need to be young. You don't need to be perfect. You only need to start. Well, this is that sign. This is that voice. This is that moment. And this video will be your step-by-step guide. Not with pressure, but with love. Not with fear, but with fire. So breathe. Take a deep breath. You don't need to worry about the next 100 lessons. You don't need to master everything in one night. You just need to begin. And you already did. You press play. You're still here. That means you are serious. That means you are strong. That means you are becoming something new. A person who doesn't wait for permission. A person who learns from their own room, their own phone, their own mistakes. That is power. And that power begins today, not in a class, but in this very moment, with this very chapter. Let this be the day your life changes. Not with noise, not with celebration, but with a quiet decision. I will learn English from home, and I will not stop. You don't need to be perfect to begin. You need to begin to become perfect. Say that again in your heart. You don't need to be perfect to begin. You need to begin to become perfect. Write it on your mirror. Whisper it before sleep. Shout it in your room if you want. Because that sentence, my friend, is the secret to learning anything. This is chapter 1, the beginning. And I promise, if you stay with me through all 19 chapters, you will not be the same person at the end. You'll look back and say, that one day, that one video, that's when everything changed. Let's begin. Chapter 2. Create your English space at home. Let's be honest. Most people think they need a school to learn English. A classroom, a whiteboard, a teacher standing in front of them. But let me tell you something powerful. You don't need any of that. What you need is a space. A small space that belongs to you and your English dream. A place that says, this is where I grow. It can be a desk, a chair by a window, a quiet corner on the floor. But once you choose it, it becomes something more. It becomes your English world. And today, I want to help you build that world. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. You wake up, and instead of picking up your phone to scroll social media, you walk to your little English corner. There's a notebook there, waiting for your thoughts. Maybe a pen that feels good in your hand. Maybe a cup of tea or coffee. And on that table, your dream sits quietly, waiting for you to show up. That space doesn't have to be big, but it has to be yours. Not your brother's. Not your child's. Not the family dining table. Your space. Your English. I remember the day I created my English corner. It was small. Just a chair, an old table, and a little sticky note I placed on the wall that said, this is where I become fluent. That sentence changed everything. Every time I looked at it, my heart said, don't give up. And I didn't. That space became my escape from the world. From doubt. From excuses. From fear. It became the place where I met the better version of myself. The one who never stopped learning. Here's the truth that many learners don't realize. Your environment shapes your progress. If your mind sees your bed, it says, let's sleep. If it sees your kitchen, it says, let's eat. But if it sees your English corner, it says, let's grow. That is why you need this space. Not because it's fancy, but because it tells your brain, this is where we change. So how do you make it special? Simple. Use your 5 senses. Add something beautiful to look at. Maybe a plant, a picture, or a word in English that inspires you. Add a sound, soft music, or silence, whatever helps you focus. A smell, your favorite candle, or just the scent of paper. Something to touch, your English notebook, a pen, a book. And most important, a feeling that says, this is my time. This is my dream. I deserve this. And I want you to write one sentence and place it in your space. Just one. Here are some ideas. I speak English every day. I grow here. I make mistakes, and I love them. This is where I change my life. Write it in big letters. Put it on the wall, on your desk, or even on your mirror. Let that sentence speak to you every time you enter your space. Because when your environment talks to you, your mind listens. Your soul listens. And then, you begin to believe. Even if you live in a noisy home, even if you share a room, even if you have no furniture, you can still make a corner. Even if it's just a mat on the floor, even if it's just your bed with your headphones. English doesn't care where you learn. It only cares that you show up. And when you show up, your space becomes sacred. Your space becomes you. This is the chapter where your journey becomes physical. Not just in your heart, but in your room. You don't need to wait. Today, after this video, go and find your space. Clean it, name it, light it, and tell yourself, from now on, this is where I speak. This is where I learn. This is where I become who I want to be. Let your space be your reminder that even when life feels messy, you have one corner of peace. One place where you are the teacher and the student. One place where the world slows down and English begins. This is how we move forward, not with noise, but with intention. Not with 100 books, but with one small table. One page. One word. That's all you need. Your home is your school. Your corner is your classroom. And your space is your promise. Let's keep building. Chapter 3. Your first 10 English words. Make them yours. Let me ask you something. How many English words do you think you need to speak fluently? 1,000? 5,000? 10,000? No, that's what books and tests want you to believe. But the truth is beautiful and simple. You only need 10 words to change your life. Just 10. But not any 10. You need 10 words that feel like yours. Not from a textbook. Not from a boring list. Words that live in your life. Words that speak you. So today, I want you to choose your first 10 English words. Not 100. Not 50. Just 10. But I want you to own them. Like they are your best friends. Like they are little keys that open big doors. Think about it. What are the 10 words you use every day in your own language? Maybe water, phone, hungry, happy, sleep, go, come, mother, yes, no. These are not just words. These are your world. Now, you bring that world into English. I still remember my first 10 English words. I wrote them on a piece of paper and carried them everywhere. In my pocket, next to my bed, stuck on the wall. I spoke to them. I whispered them. I wrote them again and again. I didn't just learn them. I lived them. And one day, something magical happened. I stopped translating. I started feeling the words. Sleep was no longer a translation of my native word. It was a soft feeling, a warm bed, a yawn, a smile. That's what I want for you. So let's do it together right now. Think about your day. When you wake up, what do? What do you see? What do you say? Maybe. I wake up. I drink water. I feel tired. I eat. I walk. I smile. I sit. I read. I sleep. I dream. These are not just sentences. They are your life. And they start with just 10 words. If you can say, I eat, you can also say, I eat rice. Then, I eat rice every day. Then, I eat rice every day when I feel tired. And suddenly, you're speaking in full sentences, and you don't even realize it. All because you owned your first 10 words. Here's the secret. Language is not about knowing many words. It's about using a few words in many ways. That's how children learn. That's how real fluency begins. If you wait to learn 1,000 words before speaking, you'll be silent for years. But if you take just 10 words and practice them today, repeat them, write them, speak them, love them, you will start to think in English. And that is the moment fluency begins. Let's make this real. After this video, I want you to write down your 10 words. Not mine. Yours. Words you use daily. Words you feel emotionally connected to. Then, I want you to look at them every morning. Speak them to yourself. Make small sentences. Even if they sound strange. Even if they are not perfect. That's how language is born, not from rules, but from real life. And here's a powerful idea. Record yourself saying these 10 words. Every day, just 10 seconds. You don't have to share it. It's for you, for your journey. And 1 month from now, when you listen to that first recording, you will hear it. Your voice changing, your fear disappearing, your English growing. Remember, the world doesn't need you to be perfect. It needs you to be real. And real English starts with 10 real words. Words that you can say with confidence. Words that you can build into sentences. Words that are simple, beautiful, and true. That's what fluency means. Not speaking fast, but speaking you. This chapter is not about memorizing. It's about owning. That's why we don't say learn 10 words. We say make them yours. And once you do that, your English is no longer just a subject. It's a part of your life, your voice, your soul. So don't wait. Don't say, I'll start tomorrow. Do it now. Write your words. Say them out loud. Say them with love, with joy, with mistakes. Because these 10 words, they are the beginning of a new you. And I promise you, you will never forget them. Chapter 4. The magic of one sentence a day. What if I told you that speaking English fluently doesn't begin with speaking 100 sentences? It begins with just one. One small sentence. One brave sentence. One honest sentence that comes from your own mouth. Every day. That's the magic I'm about to share with you. The most powerful English habit I ever discovered. And the habit that can change everything for you too. It's not a course. It's not a big plan. It's this, one sentence a day. That's it. That's the magic. Why is this so powerful? Because it's easy. Because it's possible. And most importantly, because it's yours. You don't need a teacher. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need a dictionary. You just need one sentence. In the morning, at night, or even while brushing your teeth. A sentence like, I feel happy today. I want to learn more. I like tea. My name is Ronnie. I love English. That's it. You are not just watching English. You are speaking English. And the moment you speak, you grow. Most learners feel lost because they try to do too much. They sit for hours, study difficult grammar, memorize big word lists. And at the end, they feel tired. They forget. They lose confidence. But one sentence a day, that's different. That's light. That's peaceful. That's something your brain can love. Your mouth can handle. Your heart can enjoy. And when learning becomes joy, you stop quitting. You start flying. Let me tell you a story. I once met a woman who wanted to speak English so badly, but she was afraid. She never finished school. She said, I can't do it. I'm too old. I forget everything. I looked at her and smiled. I said, can you say one sentence? She said, maybe. I said, say it now. She said, I want to speak English. And I clapped. You just did it. I told her. Her eyes filled with tears. That was her beginning. One sentence. One victory. One magic moment. Today, she speaks with confidence. Not because she studied 10 hours a day, but because she never stopped saying one sentence a day. So now, I invite you to make this your habit. Just one sentence. Speak it with love, with feeling, with truth. It can be about your day. I feel tired. It's raining today. I miss my friend. It's a good day. I don't know much, but I'm learning. Even this simplest sentence becomes a seed. A small seed that grows into a tree, sentence by sentence, day by day. Here's how to start. Find a small notebook or open the Notes app on your phone. At the top, write, My English Sentences. Then, every day, write one sentence. Just one. Say it out loud. Read it before sleep. Feel proud. And tomorrow, write a new one. Even if this sentence is not perfect, it's real. That's what matters. Soon, you'll begin to feel something inside. A confidence, a rhythm, a flow. Your brain will say, hey, I can do this. Your tongue will move faster. Your fear will get smaller. And one day, without even trying, you'll speak 2 sentences, then 3, then 5, and you'll smile, because you'll remember, it all started with 1. This method is your friend. It's not a test. It's not a race. It's a gentle whisper that tells you, keep going. You're doing well. Some days, your sentence might be short. Some days, it might be deep. Some days, it might be emotional. But every day, it will be yours. And that makes it powerful. So don't wait. Start today. Speak today. Even if you're shy. Even if your grammar is broken. Speak anyway. Say something. Say anything. Because this sentence you speak today becomes the confidence you feel tomorrow. 1 sentence a day, it's not just a method. It's a promise. A promise to yourself that you will keep going, no matter what. A promise that says, I may be a beginner, but I am not weak. I may be slow, but I am not stopping. You can do this. Right now. After this video. Speak your sentence. Write it in the comments if you want. Say it out loud in your room. Whisper it in front of the mirror. But say it. Don't stay silent. Your voice is waiting. Remember this forever. Fluency doesn't come from big steps. It comes from small steps you take every day. And your first step is just 1 sentence. 1 sentence that changes everything. Chapter 5. Listen like a baby. English ears come first. Have you ever seen a baby try to speak? They don't open a grammar book. They don't sit in class. They don't worry about pronunciation. They listen. For months. They listen when their mother talks. When their father sings. When people laugh. When someone says, come here. Or, eat this. Or, good job. And slowly, quietly, something amazing happens. They start to understand. Without even trying. And then, they speak. First, with mistakes. Then, with magic. That's how you learn your first language. And that, my friend, is exactly how you can learn English, starting today. Not by pressure. Not by fear. But by listening like a baby. You don't need to understand every word to grow. You just need to hear the music of English. The rhythm, the melody, the tone. Because English is not only about rules. It's a living sound. And when your ears begin to love that sound, your brain starts to open like a flower in the sun. Listening is not passive. It is power. It is practice. It is progress. Even when you feel like nothing is happening. Let me tell you a secret. When I first started learning English, I didn't speak at all. I was afraid. I didn't want to make mistakes. So I listened. I listened to children's stories, to cartoons, to YouTube videos with subtitles. I listened while cleaning, while walking, while lying in bed. And I didn't force myself to understand everything. I just let the language wash over me. Like a baby hears their mother's voice in the background, soft, warm, safe. And slowly, very slowly, something changed. One day I heard a sentence and thought, wait, I understand that. Another day, I could finish a line from a video. Another day, I started repeating the words, not even knowing how I remembered them. That's when I realized, listening is not waiting. It's learning. Silently. Deeply. Naturally. So how do you listen like a baby? Easy. You surround yourself with English. Even if you don't understand, you allow the language to live in your ears. You don't fight it. You don't stop every 5 seconds to translate. You enjoy it. Put on slow English podcasts. Watch beginner stories with subtitles. Listen to music with clear lyrics. Repeat short videos again and again. Let your ears fall in love. Let your heart relax. You're not in school anymore. This is your world now. You can listen while doing other things. Cooking, walking, exercising, or just relaxing. You don't need a quiet room. You need a curious mind. Imagine this. Every day, you listen to English for 10 minutes while making breakfast. No pressure, just voices in the background. After 1 week, your ears start to catch small words. After 2 weeks, those words connect. After 1 month, your brain is learning even when you sleep. This is not a dream. This is real. This is science. And this is how babies become speakers, and how you will too. And don't worry about understanding everything. Babies don't understand everything either. They listen for emotion, for tone, for repetition. And you can do the same. When someone says good morning with a smile, you know it's good. When someone says sorry softly, you know it's sad. That's how you begin. Not with rules, but with feeling. And feeling leads to meaning. That's the magic of listening. You might be thinking, but I want to speak. I understand. But listen to this. Your speaking begins with your listening. Your tongue will not move until your ears are ready. When you hear the same sentence many times, your brain says, let's try this. And one day, without planning, you speak. You copy. You whisper. You talk. That moment is coming, and it starts with your ears. So here's what you do next. Choose one English audio you love. Maybe from this channel, maybe a story, maybe a cartoon. Listen to it every day for a week. Don't change it. Don't chase new videos. Stay with one. Let your ears feel safe. Feel familiar. Repeat it while cooking, walking, or before sleep. After 1 week, choose another one. Slowly, your brain will start building English, without stress, without confusion, just like a baby. And if someone asks you, how are you learning English? You smile and say, I'm listening, like a baby, and they'll laugh. But you'll know the truth, that you are not behind. You are ahead, because you are learning the way nature designed. With love, with joy, with sound. This is your power, your quiet superpower. Every second you listen to English is a seed in your brain. You may not see it growing, but one day it blooms. And when it does, your voice will be ready. So trust your ears. Trust the process. Trust the baby inside you who once learned a whole language without one lesson. That baby is still inside you, and they are ready to listen again. Chapter 6. Speak before you're ready. Yes, you can. Let me tell you the truth most learners never hear. You don't need to feel ready to start speaking English. In fact, you will never feel ready. You'll always feel like you need more vocabulary, more grammar, more confidence, more time. But guess what? The moment you wait for more, life passes by, and English remains only a wish. But the moment you speak, even with broken words, even with fear in your voice, you become a speaker. Not perfect, not fluent, but real. And that's where all fluency begins. I want to tell you something from the heart. I waited too long to speak. I thought I needed to study for months first. I kept reading books, watching videos, memorizing words. But every time I tried to open my mouth, silence. My brain froze. My heart beat fast. My tongue forgot everything. And do you know why? Because I had trained my brain to wait, to stay quiet, to be afraid. And then one day, I broke the rule. I spoke. Not perfectly. Not fluently. But I spoke. And in that moment, I felt alive. I felt brave. I felt like I finally entered the real English world. That's why I'm here to tell you. Speak now. Speak early. Speak afraid. Because the truth is, nobody becomes confident and then starts speaking. People start speaking, and then they become confident. Your voice is not a test. It is your gift. And even if your grammar is wrong, even if your accent is strong, even if your words are few, your voice deserves to be heard. You don't need permission. You don't need a certificate. You only need one thing, a little courage. And I know you have it. Because you're here. You're watching this. You want this. And that means the fire is already inside you. Let me give you an image. A child learning to walk doesn't wait until their legs are strong. They fall. They cry. They get up. They try again. And one day, they run. Now imagine if that child said, "I won't try until I'm ready." They would never walk. And that's exactly what happens when we wait to speak English. We stay stuck, silent, dreaming, but not doing. But when you speak early, when you try before you feel ready, you unlock something magical. You learn faster. You grow stronger. You speak braver. You might say, "But Ariel, I don't have anyone to talk to." That's okay. Speak to yourself. Speak to your mirror. Speak to your phone. Speak to the cup on your table. Speak to your pillow. It may sound funny, but it works. Your brain doesn't care who's listening. It just wants to practice. And the more you speak, the more natural it becomes. Start small. Say things like, "I feel good today. I am learning English. I can do it. This is my room. I love coffee. I am not afraid anymore." Say it every day. Say it many times. Whisper it. Sing it. Repeat it. Don't wait to be perfect. Practice to become perfect. There's something beautiful that happens when you speak even though you're scared. Your fear begins to fade. Your brain begins to relax. Your voice begins to trust itself. And that, my friend, is how fluency begins. Not with pressure, not with shame, but with small, messy, beautiful steps taken with love. I know you might be thinking, what if I say something wrong? Let me answer that with a smile. You will. And that's wonderful. Because every mistake is a bridge to progress. Every wrong word teaches you the right one. Every time you stumble, you're still moving forward. Mistakes are not failures. They are proof that you are trying. And trying is winning. I want you to say this sentence out loud right now. Say it with me. I will speak, even if I am not ready. Say it again. I will speak, even if I am not ready. Feel that? That's power. That's your new beginning. From today, don't just listen to English. Don't just write. Don't just read. Speak. Even one sentence. Even one word. Out loud. Every day. Because your mouth needs training. Your ears need to hear your own voice. Your confidence needs exercise. Speaking is the workout of fluency. And your journey is waiting. This is not about being perfect. It's about being brave. And you are brave. You are more ready than you think. The only thing missing is your first step. So say something today. Anything. And say it proudly. Because your English voice is not sleeping anymore. It's waking up. It's warming up. It's rising. And now, you're not just a learner. You're a speaker. Chapter 7. My daily routine in English, copy and practice. Let me tell you something powerful. You don't need 1,000 English lessons to learn how to speak. You just need your day. Yes, the simple, normal, boring, beautiful day you live. Morning to night. That is your best English teacher. Because your life is full of actions, feelings, thoughts, and every single one of them can become English. You don't have to go outside. You don't have to find a class. You already have the perfect lesson plan. It's called your daily routine. And in this chapter, I will give you mine. Not to memorize, but to copy, feel, and speak. Today, your day becomes your practice. When I started learning English, I didn't know what to say. I had no partner, no teacher, no idea. But I did have something else my day. I woke up. I brushed my teeth. I made tea. I sat on my bed. And then it hit me. These are words. These are sentences. This is life. And if I can describe my life in English, I can build fluency, slowly, naturally, joyfully. So I started small. I spoke my routine out loud every single day. Sometimes I whispered. Sometimes I recorded. Sometimes I laughed because it felt silly. But every day I spoke. And do you know what happened? English stopped being a subject. It became my second skin. And now, I want to give you my exact routine. You can copy it. You can repeat it. You can change it. But most of all, I want you to speak it. Every day, even if it's just 5 minutes. This simple act will grow your fluency more than any grammar rule. Let's begin. I wake up. I open my eyes. I feel sleepy. I stretch my arms. I smile. I sit on my bed. I say thank you for a new day. I go to the bathroom. I wash my face. I brush my teeth. I look in the mirror. I say, good morning. I drink a glass of water. I go to the kitchen. I make tea. I eat breakfast. I feel better. I check my phone. I read one English sentence. I listen to a short English story. I say one sentence out loud. I say, I am learning. I feel proud. Simple? Yes. Powerful? Absolutely. Every sentence is real. It's from your life. You're not just learning English. You're living it. And don't stop there. Keep going with your routine. I put on my clothes. I clean my room. I do my work. I take a break. I walk a little. I eat lunch. I wash dishes. I rest. I drink water. I feel sleepy. I get energy. I learn one new word. I write it down. I say it aloud. Then later, I watch a video in English. I try to repeat. I speak slowly. I laugh. I feel okay. I make mistakes. I still try. I eat dinner. I talk to myself in the mirror. I write one sentence in my diary. I feel calm. I feel proud. I sleep. Can you feel it? This is not just language. This is life in English. And this kind of practice, simple, daily, emotional, is the secret to fluency. You don't need to talk about business or politics. You just need to talk about your day. That is the real conversation. Now here's the best part. You can build your own routine too. Start with 5 actions. Say them in English. Add feelings. Add thoughts. Make it yours. You can write them on paper. You can say them while doing the action. You can record them and listen before sleep. You can even send them to a friend. But most important, speak them every day. And if you don't know a word, don't stop. Use your hands. Use a different word. Use emotion. That's what babies do. That's what brave learners do. You're not stuck. You're growing. And here's a little challenge. Record your voice every morning, saying your routine. After 30 days, listen to your first one again. You will hear the change. You will hear the strength. You will say, wow, that's me. I sound better now. And that's not magic. That's practice. Daily, honest, beautiful practice. So remember, English is not only for big moments. It's for small moments. The normal, quiet, daily things. They are the gold. They are the sentences. They are your classroom. This is the chapter where your day becomes your teacher. Your mirror becomes your partner. Your routine becomes your fluency. So today, speak your day. Even if it's just, I wake up. I brush my teeth. I drink water. That is enough. That is success. That is the voice of someone who's not waiting anymore. You're not waiting. You're doing. You're growing. And that's what makes you unstoppable. Chapter 8. English with what you love, music, movies, recipes. Let me ask you a question. What do you love? Music? Movies? Cooking? Art? Stories? Whatever it is, that's where your English should live. Not in textbooks. Not in exams. Not in boring rules. In the things that make your heart happy. Because here's a secret most learners never hear. You don't learn English by forcing it. You learn it by feeling it. You grow when you enjoy. And today, I want to show you how to turn your passion into your language teacher. Every day, from home, with no pressure at all. English is not just something you study. It's something you feel, touch, hear, and live. And the best way to feel it is through the things you already love. That's how children learn. That's how fluent people learn. That's how you can learn. Let's start with music. Do you have a favorite English song? Maybe it's slow and emotional. Maybe it's fun and happy. Choose one. Don't worry about fast songs or difficult lyrics. Choose one that makes you feel something. Now listen. Listen again. And again. Let the rhythm live inside your body. Don't worry if you don't understand every word. Just feel it. Then, search for the lyrics. Read them all listening. Say the words. Whisper them. Sing them. Even if it's not perfect, it's beautiful. You are not just enjoying a song. You are speaking through music. That's real English. That's emotional learning. Now let's talk about movies. You don't need a full film to start. Choose a short scene from a movie you love. Watch it in your language first. Then watch it in English, with subtitles. Then again, without subtitles. Then again, try to copy the actor. Speak with them. Use the same tone, the same emotion. You don't have to understand everything. You only have to connect. One line can stay in your heart forever. Like, I'm proud of you. Or, don't give up. Or, you are stronger than you think. These are not just movie lines. They are English lessons for your soul. Do you like cooking? English is in your kitchen too. Try watching one English recipe video. Slow down the speed. Pause. Listen. Repeat. You'll learn words like cut, boil, stir, add, mix, taste, bake. And the best part? You can say them while doing them. I cut the onion. I stir the soup. I add salt. That is fluency. That is real-life English. And the more you enjoy the activity, the more your brain remembers the words. Because emotion is the glue of memory. When I was learning, I didn't study all day. I listened to Taylor Swift. I watched short scenes from movies. I cooked pasta while repeating the word boil 10 times. And slowly, I didn't just know English. I started to feel it. And when you feel English, you don't forget it. Learning from what you love is not lazy. It's smart. Because your passion has power. And that power becomes your language. If you love makeup, learn English through beauty videos. If you love travel, watch travel vlogs. If you love fitness, listen to workout English. If you love comedy, enjoy funny skits in English. The rule is simple. Don't wait to be fluent to enjoy English. Enjoy English to become fluent. And here's your challenge. Right after this video, go and find one English thing that makes you smile. One song, one short video, one cooking tutorial, one comic, one joke, anything. Watch it. Listen, feel, try to say one sentence from it. Repeat it with emotion. Then say, "This is English I love. This is English I remember." You are not a robot. You are a human, and humans learn through joy, through fun, through feelings. You don't need to fight English. You need to dance with it, laugh with it, cook with it, sing with it. Because when English lives in your happiness, it stays with you forever. So don't hide in grammar books. Don't wait to be ready. You are ready now. Let English enter your world through your heart, through what you already love, through the moments that make you smile. And one day, you'll realize something beautiful. English is not a subject anymore. It's a song you love, a recipe you trust, a movie that touched you, a voice that feels like home. That is the power of learning with love. Chapter 9. The mirror is your first speaking partner. Let me tell you a secret. Your first and most powerful English partner is not a teacher, not a friend, not an app. It's your mirror. Yes, that simple piece of glass hanging on your wall, sitting in your bathroom, resting on your table. That mirror is not just for brushing your hair or checking your clothes. It's for speaking your dream. It's for becoming your own teacher, your own motivator, your own fearless speaker. And today, I want to show you how the mirror can turn your silence into speech, your fear into flow, your weakness into pure strength. I remember the first time I tried to speak English in front of the mirror. I was nervous. My face looked strange. My voice felt small. I thought, this is silly. But then something happened. I looked into my own eyes, and I spoke. Just one sentence. I can speak English. And something changed inside me. It was quiet, but it was real. I believed myself. For the first time, I felt like, yes, I can do this. The mirror didn't laugh. It didn't correct me. It didn't walk away. It just listened. And that made all the difference. Many English learners feel alone. They say, I have nobody to talk to. I'm too shy. I feel stupid when I speak. And I understand. I felt the same. But the mirror solves all of that. Because when you speak to the mirror, you face your biggest fear, yourself. And once you speak to yourself with confidence, nobody in the world can stop you. Here's why the mirror method is so powerful. It gives you a face. It gives you focus. It gives you feedback. You see your mouth move. You hear your voice. You feel your sentences. You start to notice your expressions, your rhythm, your pauses. And slowly, your brain stops saying, what if I make a mistake? And starts saying, this is me. And I speak. You don't need perfect English to use the mirror. You just need real sentences. Start small. Good morning. I feel sleepy. I am learning English. I am proud of myself. I make mistakes, but I keep going. I believe in my dream. Say them while looking into your own eyes. Say them with love. Say them like you're talking to your best friend. Because you are. You're talking to the person who never gives up on you. Yourself. The best part? You can do this anytime. Morning, evening, while brushing your teeth, while getting ready. Your mirror is always there. Always listening. Always ready. You can practice greetings, questions, emotions, feelings. You can tell yourself a small story from your day. I woke up at 7. I drank tea. I watched a video. I felt happy. I spoke English. And don't worry about grammar. Don't worry about pronunciation. The goal is not perfection. The goal is practice. The goal is confidence. The goal is connection with your voice, your heart, your dream. The mirror will also teach you something beautiful, how to love your mistakes. You'll smile when you mess up. You'll try again. You'll laugh. You'll repeat. And suddenly, you'll stop being afraid. You'll start being free. Here's your challenge. After this video, go to your mirror. Look at yourself. Take a deep breath. And say one sentence. Just one. Say it out loud. Say it with power. Say it like your future depends on it. Because it does. This is not just speaking. This is becoming. And you are becoming a speaker, a communicator, a confident learner. You may feel silly at first. That's okay. That's normal. That means you're growing. That means your fear is getting smaller. And every time you face that mirror, you get stronger. I want you to turn your mirror into a classroom, into a stage, into a place where your English voice is born. Make it a daily habit. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. No pressure. Just you, your reflection, and your voice. No judgment. No fear. Just progress. And remember this. Before you speak to the world, you must first speak to yourself. The mirror is not just showing your face. It's showing your future. A future where you don't hide. A future where you speak with power. A future where your voice matters. So stand tall. Look into your own eyes. And say, I am learning. I am strong. I am speaking. I am ready. Because now, you truly are. Chapter 10. Learn with your phone, not just scroll. Let's be honest. Your phone is the first thing you touch in the morning and the last thing you see before sleep. It stays in your hand while you eat. It follows you to the bathroom. It steals your hours before you even notice. But what if I told you that the same phone that wastes your time can also change your life? Yes, that small screen in your hand is not your enemy. It's your teacher, your partner, your classroom, if you learn how to use it right. Today, I'll show you how to stop scrolling and start growing. Because I know you. I know what you feel. You say, I want to learn English, but I don't have time. Yet every day, you spend 1 hour on social media, watching videos you forget, liking posts you don't care about, scrolling without thinking. You don't do this because you're lazy. You do it because you're tired, because your brain is full, because it's easy to scroll and feel safe. But deep inside, your heart is not happy. Your heart whispers, I want more. It says, I want to use this time to change something. And guess what? That quiet voice inside you, it's right. It's time to make your phone your friend. Here's the truth. Your phone already speaks English. It's just waiting for you to join the conversation. It doesn't matter what model you have. It doesn't matter if it's slow or old. What matters is how you use it. And today, you will learn how to turn your phone into your English learning machine. Step 1. Change your phone language to English. Yes, the entire phone. I know it feels scary. I know you'll feel confused. But that's the point. Confusion leads to learning. Every button, every notification, every menu becomes a mini lesson. You'll learn words like settings, volume, brightness, alarm, reply, delete. You'll see them every day, and soon, they will feel normal. You don't need a vocabulary list. You already have one in your pocket. Step 2. Clean your social media. Unfollow pages that waste your time. Follow English learning accounts. Pages that post simple English sentences, short videos, subtitles, quotes, stories. Fill your feed with language that lifts you. So when you scroll, you grow. When you watch, you learn. When you stop, you smile. Because your phone is now full of progress. Step 3. Use your phone to listen. While cooking, walking, resting, don't just play music. Play podcasts, slow English videos, English bedtime stories. You don't have to understand everything. Just listen. Let English enter your ears while you live your life. Your phone becomes your speaker, and your house becomes your classroom. Step 4. Talk to your phone. Open the voice recorder. Say one sentence every day. Today I ate rice. I feel sleepy. I'm learning English. Press record. Speak. Listen. Repeat. This small habit trains your voice, your mouth, your brain. You'll hear your own improvement. Day by day, word by word. And one day, you'll press play and say, "Wow, that's me? That's my voice." Yes, that's your growth. Step 5. Use English learning apps. But choose carefully. Not too many. Just one or two that feel fun, not stressful. Maybe an app for listening. Maybe an app for speaking. Maybe a story app. Use them for 10 minutes a day, not for tests, but for enjoyment. Let the app guide you. Don't aim for perfection. Just play. Just explore. Now imagine this. Every time you pick up your phone, you learn a word. Every time you unlock it, you speak a sentence. Every time you scroll, you smile because the content makes you grow. That is not a dream. That is a decision. A decision you can make today. I want you to stop saying, "I use my phone too much." I want you to start saying, "I use my phone for my future." You don't need to throw it away. You don't need to feel guilty. You only need to guide it. To turn it from a distraction into a tool. From a toy into a teacher. So here's your challenge. After this video, go to your phone settings. Change the language to English. Follow one English channel. Record one sentence. Your phone is not just for fun. It's for fluency. It's not just for others. It's for you. So hold your phone with pride and say, "From now on, this screen helps me grow." Because now it truly will. Chapter 11. Use labels around the house. English lives here. Imagine this. You walk into your room, and suddenly, English is everywhere. On the door, door. On the mirror, mirror. On your bed, "I sleep here." On your glass, water. On your wall, "I am learning." Your room doesn't feel normal anymore. It feels alive. It feels like a classroom. It feels like a dream. And the best part? You didn't pay a teacher. You didn't buy a book. You just used something simple and powerful: labels. Yes, little paper labels with English words written on them. And today, I'm going to show you how these small pieces of paper can change your life forever. Because let's be real, sometimes we forget what we learn. We hear a word, and it disappears the next day. But when you see the word every day, when you touch it, when you live with it, your brain remembers. That's not just learning. That's living in English. And this method, labeling your home, is one of the easiest, most fun, most effective tricks to do it. You don't need to be rich. You don't need perfect handwriting. You don't need anything fancy. Just some paper, a pen, and a little tape. That's all. Start with what you see the most. Door, chair, table, light, cup, phone, fan, bag, spoon, TV. Write the English word and stick it. Then, add a sentence. This is my chair. I drink water from this glass. I watch English videos here. I open this door every morning. Every time you see it, say it. Every time you touch it, speak it. Even a little whisper is enough. You are not just remembering. You are connecting. Your hands, your eyes, your voice, all working together to build your English. I still remember the first time I labeled my room. I had no money for classes, no partner to practice with. But I had one thing, my environment. I turned it into my teacher. My mirror said, "Smile and speak." My notebook said, "Write your dream." My door said, "Go out and learn." It felt silly at first, but slowly, those words became real. They entered my mind. They lived in my mouth. They stayed in my heart. And one day, I spoke without fear because I had already practiced every day with the things around me. And do you know the most beautiful part? You can do this anywhere. In your bedroom, in your kitchen, in your bathroom, on your fridge, "I eat here," on your pillow, "Good night," on your mirror. You are learning. Suddenly, your whole house becomes your English school, but not the boring kind. The living kind. The emotional kind. The kind that makes you smile every time you walk by a sentence you wrote yourself. This is how children learn. They point. They name. They repeat. Ball. Door. Spoon. It's not complicated. It's natural. You are not too old. You are not too slow. You just need to remember what worked when you were a child. Naming things. Touching them. Speaking them. Feeling them. Now imagine this. You invite someone into your room and they see English everywhere. They ask, "What is this?" And you smile and say, "This is where I learn. This is my classroom. This is my language." And they look at you with surprise, because you've made your home smarter than a school. Here's your challenge. After this video, take just 10 minutes. Walk around your home. Choose 5 objects. Label them in English. Write a word. Write a sentence. Speak it once, twice, 10 times. Then tomorrow, add 5 more. Do this for 1 week. And by the end, you will know more than 50 words without opening a book. You will say sentences without studying them. You will remember them because they live with you. This is not hard. This is fun. This is not pressure. This is creativity. And most of all, this is real. This is English becoming a part of your world. Not in your notebook. Not in your phone. But on your chair. On your water bottle. On your wall. This is English living with you. You are not just learning the language. You are building an English life, step by step, label by label, sentence by sentence. So from now on, when you walk through your home, say this to yourself. This is not just my house. This is where English lives. And suddenly, everything will begin to speak. Chapter 12. Talk to yourself. Real conversations, real confidence. Let me ask you something gently. Have you ever wanted to speak English, but had no one to talk to? You sit alone. You feel ready. You want to speak. But there's nobody around. No teacher. No partner. No friend. And that feeling, that silence, it starts to hurt. It feels like you're stuck. Like you're trying so hard, but your voice is nowhere to go. I know that feeling. I live that feeling. And I'm here today to tell you something that changed my life, and will change yours too. You don't need anyone to speak English. You only need yourself. Yes, you are enough. Your voice, your mind, your heart. That's all you need to begin. And when you talk to yourself, you begin to find your real English voice, full of confidence, emotion, and truth. Talking to yourself is not strange. It's not crazy. It's smart. It's brave. It's powerful. And it is one of the greatest tools you have for learning English at home. Why? Because you are always available. You are always listening. You are always kind. You don't judge. You don't laugh. You let yourself speak freely, honestly, without fear. I remember the day I started talking to myself in English. I was tired of waiting for someone to practice with. I felt lonely. I felt stuck. And then I thought, what if I talked to me? So I did. I looked out the window and said, "It's a sunny day." Then I smiled and said, "I feel happy." Then I made tea and said, "I'm making tea now." No audience. No corrections. Just me. My voice. My learning. And you know what happened next? I felt free. I felt strong. I didn't need permission. I was already a speaker. You can do this too. And you must. Because when you talk to yourself, you practice real English, the English you will actually use. Not the complicated textbook language, but the emotional, daily, alive English that you feel in your bones. Start with your thoughts. What are you thinking? Say it out loud in English. I'm feeling sleepy. I don't want to work today. I am trying my best. I made a mistake, but it's okay. Even simple feelings become sentences. And those sentences become habits. Then talk about what you're doing. I'm cooking rice. I'm washing clothes. I'm walking to the market. I'm cleaning the floor. These are not just chores, they are lessons. They are opportunities to speak. You can also talk about your plans. Today I want to watch an English video. Tonight I will write in my journal. Tomorrow I will speak more. You can even talk about your past. Yesterday I watched a story. I listened to a podcast. I felt proud of myself. All of this is real conversation. You don't need perfect grammar. You need honest words. You don't need a partner. You need practice. And talking to yourself gives you both in the most beautiful way. And the best part? You can talk to yourself anytime. While brushing your teeth. While making tea. While lying in bed. While looking in the mirror. While walking alone. Even in silence, your mind can speak. And when your mind speaks in English, your fluency grows. Some people will say, "But I feel silly talking to myself." Let me tell you something. Fluency belongs to the people who look silly first. Every great speaker was once awkward, once quiet, once alone, and they became fluent not by waiting, but by speaking into the silence. That silence is not your enemy. It is your classroom. So here's your challenge. Today, speak to yourself. Right after this video, one sentence, out loud, not in your mind, with your voice. Say, I am learning. Say, I am not afraid. Say, I am a speaker. Because when your ears hear your voice, your brain starts believing it. And once your brain believes, everything changes. You are not too shy. You are not too slow. You are not too late. You are just one brave sentence away from confidence. So talk to yourself, and talk often. Your voice is your power. Your thoughts are your teacher. Your honesty is your strength. And the more you speak to yourself, the more ready you will be to speak to the world. Because the first person who needs to hear your English is you. Chapter 13. Watch easy English stories. Feel, don't just study. Have you ever cried during a movie? Or laughed during a story? Even when you didn't understand every word. That moment, when something touches your heart, not just your brain, that is the moment you are truly learning. That is the moment English becomes alive inside you. Because here's the truth. You don't learn language with rules. You learn it with feelings. And the best way to feel English is through stories. Real, simple, emotional stories. And today, I'm here to tell you, watching easy English stories is not just fun. It's one of the most powerful ways to become fluent. Forget about studying hard, memorizing big words, or chasing grammar books all day. Let your heart be your classroom. Let your emotions do the learning. That's how children learn. That's how you learned your first language. Not through textbooks, through bedtime stories, through cartoons, through your mother's voice, telling you tales before sleep. That's not just storytelling. That's language building. And now, you can do the same in English. When I first began learning, I was tired of exercises. I wanted to feel something. I wanted to connect. So I started watching short stories in English. Very simple ones. Children's stories. Beginner stories. Short animations. At first, I didn't understand everything. But I saw the faces. I felt the emotion. I heard the rhythm. I laughed when the character laughed. I cried when they were sad. And something magical happened. I forgot I was studying. I started living in the story. That's the magic I want for you. Don't worry if the words are easy. That's the point. Start with beginner stories. Start slow. Turn on English subtitles. Watch once, with full attention. Watch again, and repeat the sentences you like. Watch again, and try to speak with the characters. Copy their voice. Copy their emotion. That is shadowing with feeling. That is fluency with fire. And choose stories that move you. Stories that remind you of your childhood. Stories that speak about love, dreams, hope, fear, courage. These are not just words. These are feelings. And when you feel English, you remember it forever. You can find these stories everywhere. On YouTube, on apps, on podcasts, on this very channel. Some are only 3 minutes long. But in those 3 minutes, your brain learns more than hours of boring grammar. Because emotion is the glue. Emotion is what makes a sentence stick to your soul. Here's how to use stories to grow your English. Step 1. Choose a simple, short story. Step 2. Watch with English subtitles. Step 3. Don't pause. Just feel it. Step 4. Watch again. This time, repeat one sentence you like. Step 5. Speak that sentence 5 times. Step 6. Close your eyes. Say the sentence again, with feeling. Step 7. Smile. You just learned English from the heart. Let me give you an example. I once watched a story where a little bird said, "I want to fly, but I'm scared." That line stayed in my heart. Why? Because I felt the same. I wanted to speak English, but I was scared. So I repeated it. I want to fly, but I'm scared. And that sentence became mine. It was no longer the bird's story. It was my story. And that's when learning became real. You will find sentences like this too. You will feel them, catch them, repeat them, own them. And suddenly, your English will no longer feel like a school subject. It will feel like your voice. So here's your challenge. After this video, watch one easy English story. Just one. Watch it not like a student, but like a child, like a dreamer, like someone who wants to feel something new. Choose one sentence you love. Repeat it. Feel it. Speak it. That's enough for today. Because English doesn't live in rules. It lives in emotion, in characters, in small voices saying big things. In you, when you listen with your heart. This is not just about stories. This is about your story. And every time you feel something in English, your story grows stronger. You don't have to understand everything. You only have to feel, and you'll remember forever.